Hi Forest, welcome back everyone, and you're in Mrs. Hudson's kitchen again. I hope you're all okay and that you're looking forward to my next cooking show. Today we're on a savoury week, so I thought we would make some onion bhajis. Now, the onion bhajis I'm going to make have got a twist because they are the healthy version, which fits in beautifully with Article 24, which is every child has the right to the best possible health. So these onion bhajis will be a nice healthy version. Before you start cooking, you need to remember to wash your hands thoroughly. I have already done that ready, and also make sure your countertops have been sprayed down with some antibacterial wipe and that they're nice and clean. Then you need to gather all your bits and bobs together to get cooking. So today you will need a mixing bowl, you'll need a grater, you'll need a vegetable peeler, a tablespoon and a teaspoon, and a very sharp knife and a chopping board. For the ingredients that you will need 2 large onions. Now, I haven't got large onions, mine are quite small, so I've got 4 onions to do mine. If you want to use a mixture of brown onions and red onions, you can do that as well. That's your preference, but I'm just using brown onions today, and I've got 4 small brown onions or 2 large ones. You need a sweet potato. I love sweet potatoes. You need 2 eggs, and then you need your spices. So I've got some curry powder, which is tikka flavoured. Whatever curry powder you have got will work. Got some turmeric. Got some chili flakes. I haven't got very many left, have I? I use them ever such a lot. I've got some Fry Light, which is a spray oil, but you can use whichever spray oil you'd like to. And I've got some salt and some pepper. And that's all you need today to be able to make your onion bhajis. You don't need any flour because the egg will bind your mixture together and make it stick. Again, it's a messy job today, so I hope you're up for getting a bit messy. So the first job you need to do is to slice your onions. Now, onions can make you cry. My daughter wears these onion goggles. Here we go. Oh, I'm on the right way around. My daughter wears these onion goggles when cutting onions, so shall I have a go wearing the onion goggles? So the first thing you need to do is make sure you get your claw hand ready to chop, to keep your fingers safe. Make sure you have an adult with you while you're doing this to make sure you are chopping safely. And you chop the end of the onion off. Turn it round, still holding it with your claw, keeping your thumb nice and tucked in, and you chop the other end off. And that will then allow you to peel your onion beautifully like this. Oh, I'm not crying, maybe they do work. I'll put my rubbish just to the side for a moment. Then, again, hold your onion using the claw, and we're going to slice it from the end this way. So we get nice onion rings, okay? Don't slice it too thickly because you don't want huge, thick slices of onion in your bhaji. You want them nice and fine. So let me show you. See how fine that is? It's a nice slice, and we'll push all those bits out in a minute when we push them into the bowl. So get your claw out, keep those fingers nice and safe, and you're going to slice all of your onion into the best rings you possibly can. It gets trickier the nearer to the end of the onion you get. This one's a bit tricky, so I'm just going to slice that one into pieces. It doesn't matter if they're not whole in half. Then into your bowl you're going to push out the rings, so you end up with onion rings like this. It's my favourite part of the job, this is. There we go. Push out the onion rings. These onion goggles are definitely working. I'm normally crying by now, and any of you that have cooked with me in the kitchen at school, you know what it feels like to peel those onions. I'm always using onions in my cooking. Give gives you lots and lots of flavour. There we go, and we need to do that with all of the onions that we have got. So, let me do my next one. So remember, use your claw, chop off the end, chop off the other end, and then you will be able to peel that too. Here we go. I can smell the onions now. Making my eyes a bit stingy, but they're not watering just yet. I hope you've all enjoyed doing lots of cooking and baking over lockdown. I certainly have. I think one of the favourite things on my show so far has been the Smarty cookies. I'm going to use the bridge here because my onion's getting a little bit hard to slice. So I'm getting towards the end again. And then I'm going to go back to my claw and just finely chop the other bits that are left. Just finely chop the other bits that are left. So yes, I think Smarty cookies, but remember, they're full of sugar and full of fat. They're not really the healthy option. And you know Mrs. Hudson, she likes the healthy option every single time. So here we go, that's onion number 2. So if we had 4 onions, and we've already done 2 of them, how many have we got left? That's right, we've got 2 left. So here we go. This is onion number 3. So this is the bit that takes the time today, is chopping your onions. So I've chopped the ends off. It's all sticking to my hands. And then you can peel the outside layer off very, very easily. There we go, and let's go chopping again. Should have counted how many slices we got, shouldn't we? Never mind. Maybe you can do that as you're counting yours. Gone back into the bridge again for my chopping. Bringing my bowl back, pushing the rings out. It is a very satisfying job pushing these rings out. There we go. You can put whatever you want in these. You could just make them into vegetables. So you could put carrots or maybe courgettes, or I don't know what else you could put in. You could put cauliflower, peas. You could make them into like a vegetable pakora if you wanted to. But I do just like plain, simple. This is struggling a bit. Plain, simple onion bhajis. So, this is a tough little onion. This is the last one. This is onion number 4, and I can feel my eyes just about starting to water now. So the onion goggles helped, but didn't stop it totally. Oh, didn't have the claw strong enough then, look. So do be careful with your knife. Make sure you have an adult with you at all times. Make sure you've preheated your oven to 180 degrees, nice and hot, so we can then cook them when we're ready. Okay, so that is my onions done. Now I'm just going to wash my hands because they have got the onion juice on them, and then you'll see how much my eyes are watering as well when I take these goggles off. There we go. So I've washed my hands. Oh. Oh. They've gone a bit pink, haven't they? So do beware, because the onions do let off an odour that make you a bit crying. Okay, your next job then is to get your sweet potato, and you are going to peel your sweet potato. Now it depends what kind of peeler you've got, but you've got to remember whenever you peel away from you. You never peel towards you, because the part here is a blade, and you do not want that blade to come towards you. So you peel away from you. This is a tough potato. I'm going to do it down here. There we go, that's better. always peel away from you. Again, make sure you have somebody with you while you're doing this, because you are working with a blade. There we go. Brilliant. There we go. And there's one sweet potato peeled. There we go. There's one sweet potato peeled. Now, you need to chop the ends off the sweet potato because they're a bit hard. So remember, use your claw to make sure you keep your fingers safe. Then you need your grater, and you need this part of your grater, which is quite coarse. You don't want the very fine bits like this. You want the much bigger bit here. Now remember, these are blades as well. So you've got to keep your knuckles safe when you're grating. So get your sweet potato and you just push down. It's actually quite an easy thing to grate, but it does make a bit of a mess. Okay, so do watch your fingers. Again, have an adult with you while you're doing this to make sure you are safe. There we go. Oh, it's making my arm ache today. There we go. We're halfway there. Keep going, keep those fingers away from the blades. I'm actually going to turn my sweet potato around because it will be easier to get the rest of it grated and to keep my fingers safe. And I'm going to turn it again. There we go. You see the mess it's making? It's filling up the inside of my grater. When you get to the last little bit, be really, really careful. And I'm left with a piece that big, which I'm just going to pop in my rubbish pile. Get our bowl back, and we're going to place that in our bowl. So let's just get it all off the grater, put the grater away. Then we're going to tip that into our bowl. There we go. Okay, so now we've got a bowl full of grated sweet potato and onions. The next thing to do is to add your herbs and spices. So you're going to add a pinch of salt, a pinch of pepper, a teaspoon of chili flakes. Now if you like it spicier, you could add more. It's up to you how spicy you like them. And then you need a tablespoon of turmeric. It will come out. And a tablespoon of curry powder. And then you can just give that a little mix in. Mix it together. Oh, it smells absolutely delicious. Oh, the onion rings have got stuck on my spoon, look. So that's what we've ended up with right now. Okay, the last job you've got to do is to crack your eggs in and mix your eggs in with your mixture. So we tap 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Plop. And 1, 2, 3. Plop. There we go. So to wipe my hands. And then you're just going to give your eggs a really good mix in. So it's nice and sticky. Now the great thing with onion bhajis is they don't need to be neat when you put them on the tray. So once that's all mixed in, we're then going to get our hands into the mixture to pop them on our tray. So here's my tray. Let's pop it that way so you can see. And then I'm just going to spray it with some of my spray oil. You don't need lots, but just enough to stop your bhajis from sticking. You don't want them stuck to the tray. Then what you're going to do, I'm actually going to get a tablespoon, I think, or a big spoon. I've got a big spoon here. And I'm going to put a spoon of that mixture into my hand. You're then just going to cup your hand over the top of it and give it a squash. You see that? And then I'm just going to go plop onto my tray. As I say, they don't have to be neat. Onion bhajis generally aren't neat, are they? So into your hand, it does feel a bit icky. It's a bit gritty and a bit slimy. There we go, and plop. We're going to do that with all of our mixture. I can't wait to eat these, they're going to be yummy. Squish, squish, plop. Squish, 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 plop. Oh, this is great fun, this is. Squish, 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 plop. Oh, there's an onion that's escaped. There we go, and the next one. Small sweet potato with that one. Squish, squish, oh, squish, plop. I'm going to move those slightly to the side and see if I can get some more down the middle. We'll see how many we've made in a moment as well. Here we go. Squish, squish, plop. Doesn't matter if they touch each other because they won't expand when they're cooking. They'll just stay as they are. You can use a little knife to separate them later. There's the next one. And that onion's a little bit on its own. You need to make sure in each bhaji that you've got some of the sweet potato mixed in as well, because that will help bind it together. There we go. Okay, so wash my hands. There we go. So, my onion bhajis are now ready to go in the oven. Let me show you those. So let's see how many we've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now I have got a little bit more mixture, so I think it will make either about 10 or 11 bhajis, depending on how big you like them. If you like really big ones, then it'll only make a few, won't it? But those are about the size that I like to eat. So we're going to pop those in the oven for about 20 minutes until they're golden brown on the top, until they can come off the tray in one piece without falling apart. I like to serve these with some mint yogurt dip, and all you need for that is some fat-free yogurt and a teaspoon of mint sauce, and that's all you need. And if you want, you can chop some onions into it as well, but I've got enough onion in my onion bhaji, so I just have it as a yogurty mint dip. I also like to have salad with mine, so some nice cucumber and lettuce and tomatoes, a bit of radish maybe, a bit of beetroot. So this is going to be my lunch today, and I'm going to serve it with a little side salad. So we'll pop these in the oven for 20 minutes. Remember, when you're putting things in the oven, you need to make sure you have an adult with you to help you, because the oven is very hot. You can then set your timer for 20 minutes and we'll be back to see what they look like. See you in a minute. So welcome back everyone. My bhajis are now cooked. I've just got them out of the oven. So let me show you. You see how they're browned on the top? And hopefully they'll hold together as I get my spatula on them and spoon them onto my plate. Made a little side salad here. I've got some lettuce, some tomato, some cucumber, and I absolutely love beetroot, so I've got some beetroot to go with it as well. So, oh, perfect. They come off beautifully. There we go, look. Wow. Oh, wow, I can't wait to eat these. So I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, and the rest I will share with my family. So there we go. We have a plate of onion bhajis with some salad. Absolutely delicious, full of vegetables, full of healthiness, and absolutely delicious. So I hope you enjoyed making bhajis with me today. Please do tune in next week. It will be our last show next week, and I'll see if I can do something really tasty. We'll be on to a sweet treat, so see what we can think of. If you've got anything you want me to have a go at making, then please do message me. Don't forget to send your pictures so we can get them on the Bake Off gallery too, because we love seeing all your photos of your bakes. Take care now and enjoy your bhaji making. Bye everyone.